Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Smuggler Edition. Now, when we left off, we had just finished our business, I suppose, on Taris. Hopefully that is the case, because yeah, it actually wasn't that bad this time. Usually, I dislike Taris quite a bit, but this time it actually wasn't too bad. We killed only rat ghouls. They weren't too difficult. They were actually fun to fight in comparison to before, when there was just all kinds of other enemies to fight, obviously. And we are now back on our ship, and we're about to speak to Risha about where we go next, or about something to do with the vault, isn't it? Where's Marcus when you need some guns?
You got the astrogation chart, didn't you? I can tell by the look on your face.
Did you ever doubt me?
If I did, you've just made me a believer for life. That astrogation chart belonged to an exchange gangster named Davik Kang. Davik personally mapped dozens of hyperlanes between the core and outer rim systems. He found shortcuts and hideouts all over the galaxy.
How'd you find out about this chart?
The same way I find out about everything, listening to the right people. Have you studied much galactic history, Captain? Interesting patterns emerge if you pay attention. Davik Kang's criminal empire ended when this planet was destroyed. Nok'Drayen's empire was born when he destroyed a planet.
Nok'Drayen destroyed a whole planet?
Technically, it was only a single settlement. Once upon a time, there was a pirate haven on the Outer Rim called Mandelia. Thousands of criminals lived there. One bright morning, Nok'Drayen's freighter dropped out of hyperspace over Mandelia. He demanded the pirates surrender to him or die.
Pirates aren't known for surrendering.
They weren't afraid of a lone, lightly armed freighter. They thought Nok was crazy. When the pirates sent their reply, Nok launched a single rocket at their settlement. The warhead was tipped with an Imperial nerve toxin. The entire settlement died in less than a minute.
I get the feeling Nok and I would have gotten along great.
He was either the best friend you could ever have, or your very last enemy. That day at Mandelia, Nok'Drayen went from being a low-rent smuggler to one of the richest criminals in the galaxy. Anyway, that's how the legend goes. I should probably let you get back to work.
How about some more history lessons someplace private?
You're incorrigible. Come see me when you're irresistible, and we'll talk. At any rate, I'm ready to leave Taris. I'm sure we can find someplace more interesting to be.
You've got a bad case of wanderlust, Risha.
Hey, it's one of my best qualities.
Oh, I like her. I like her a lot. Okay, so we have a blaster pistol here, which is inferior, obviously, to what we currently have. It's actually hugely bad in comparison, but anyway, let us now do a common data crystal gathering acquisition thing. Yes, there we go. Okay, fantastic. So we are now going to go to one of my favorite planets, actually, and that's Nar Shaddaa. Obviously, it is aka the speeder planet. We are basically going to be on speeders, I don't even know, 50% of the time, I would say. Let's actually speak to Corso before we make our way over there.
Boy, Captain. Life with you is almost enough to get me missing the good old days. For Ord Mantell, where separatists were bad and guns were good, and we could just run in shooting.
Are you drunk?
Just tipsy. I can still bullseye an Imperial soldier at 1,000 paces. Why don't we have more fun on this ship? Back home, when we needed a laugh, we used to run the Rontos in circles, then see if they could charge us without falling over.
Good night, Corso.
Maybe I should go lie down.
Oh, yes, maybe you should. Okay, well, should I speak to him again? Yeah, okay, why not?
I never like asking for favors, Captain, but I think maybe we know each other well enough by now. I want to look for my cousin Rona. She's all the family I got left, and I think she should know what happened.
So call her on the comm. What do I care?
I don't know where Rona is now. Rona came with me when I left for the brigade, but she jumped ship at the first port. All she ever wanted was to get off Ord Mantell. I thought maybe we could track her down. You'd like her. She's really the reason I'm here.
You two will be back together before you can say a verbal Thurs vibroblade.
A verbal... So not that soon, then. Rona was kind of our family rebel. We used to have a blast together. She liked me to run interference, so her father never caught her on dates with off-worlders.
I look forward to meeting her.
On second thought, maybe I shouldn't introduce you two. Rona's always had a nose for trouble. I remember one time, Uncle came looking for Rona while she was on the shuttle pod with some Agamarian pirate. I was about 12. I didn't know how else to distract Uncle, so I started to fight. Got the whole ship confiscated. I never did find out how Rona got out of city jail.
Well, it certainly sounds like she's quite the scoundrel. There we go. Another class reference. Anyway, let's go to Nar Shaddaa, the gambling planet. And I would assume that we're going to have to deal with quite a few huts here, which I don't actually mind. I kind of like seeing the huts now. It's kind of weird. I don't know why, but I think it's mainly because they're always up to something. There's always some sort of trickery that they want to do. But, oh, okay. It seems we're speaking to Risha.
I love Nar Shaddaa. This is the place you get everything you never knew you wanted. The only laws are the ones people make with bribes or blasters. It's good to be home again.
Maybe you can show me the sights, gorgeous.
Nice try, but we're here on business, not pleasure. There's a hut here named Druga who has a prototype starship engine. We need it to find Nocdrayan's fortune. Druga and I made a deal. He'll trade the starship engine for that caged beast.
How can that slobbering creature be worth a ship engine?
It's the last male Shanjaru in the galaxy. The species is pretty much extinct. That makes it valuable. Druga's hosting a giant moving party on his pleasure barge. It stops periodically at different locations. Right now, it's on the promenade. I sent Druga several messages, but he never replied. You'll have to make contact the old-fashioned way.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Don't worry. Druga's feasts are elaborate 40-course meals. He's probably too busy gorging himself to bother with a hollow. Before you go, one more thing. I know there's a price on your head from Rogan the Butcher over some business on Ord Mantell. Word on the HoloNet is, Rogan's personal bounty hunter is here on Nar Shaddaa. His name's Zank Helrot. Watch out for him.
Zank had better watch out for me.
He's no amateur, and he's never brought in a bounty alive. The sooner we finish our business with Druga, the sooner we can be someplace Zank Helrot isn't. Have fun at the party.
Ah, well, thank you very much for that. And I seem to remember Druga from a previous companion mission with the Sith warrior. Ah, yes, I seem to remember at least going to this barge. So, I guess the only thing that is left to do is actually disembark, but who knows whether we're actually going to get something happening at the spaceport again. We're probably going to get told off by the customs agent. It's probably not going to happen on Nar Shaddaa. Let's actually be honest here, but let's just see, shall we? Alright, so we have arrived on the promenade. There was no cutscene right after getting off the ship, thankfully. There's no Agent Saganti, or whatever his name was here, but we do have a GOZUBB. A GOZUBB, yes. It's actually a person.
Situation is like navigating an asteroid field.
Aha, I see. Okay, well, there's Nar Shaddaa landing. 35,000! What? 35,000 experience. That is amazing. Look at that. There's level 23. And now let's apparently go to the Nikto sector. Oh, yes. Alright, so we have made our way through Nikto sector, the Nikto sector with all the Kintan Kings, of course, and, well, we've actually killed a couple of them. No bonus mission, unfortunately, but a little bit of experience anyway. And now we have entered the Pleasure Barge docks. I wonder what kind of pleasures they're going to be having here. Well, gambling, Twi'lek slaves, most likely. I know of one Twi'lek slave in particular that is here, but no spoilers for other class stories, of course. So, we have a lot of dancers and guests, and we also have Gamorreans, of course. No hut, place, palace, thing, barge would be complete without Gamorreans, of course. So, is there anything else? No? No enemies? No? No, of course not. Druga the Hutt. There he is. He only has 1,000 HP.
Hold you hut-slaying scum! The cartel demands that you pay for your crimes. Listen to the Wookiee boast of his murders. This monster has slaughtered entire Hutt clans, but his reign of terror ends. Before he dies, he will know true fear. We Kaleesh warriors swear it by our blood.
That Wookiee's not afraid of you, pal.
Keep back, you idiot. That beast will tear your head off, just like he did to Nordro the Fearless. His claws are stained with the entrails of many. His bloodlust can't be satisfied. Warriors! Kill these scum!
Oh, apparently we do need to attack things. Well, that's perfectly fine with me because, well, they're very easy, aren't they? Yeah, they're very easy. They only have 375 HP. Well, that's very amusing. Only a little bit less than the Hutt, though. So the Hutt is probably going to be pretty easy to kill anyway if we have to resort to that.
Whoa, Captain. Don't get so close. Things liable to tear your arms off and beat you to death with them.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Tell that to the reptiles littering the floor.
You gonna be alright?
Kapatonga, chisa bijawongi chikatoko.
Aha, I see. Okay, well, we've met Wookiees before, but only very scarcely. And that was in the expansion, so yeah, okay, well, let's speak to Druga then, shall we? They always have a sniveling, so, shall we say, apprentice, protege, assistant in the form of a male Twi'lek. That's kind of amusing, isn't it?
What do you mean, drama?
Chiliska chanagawanin chicos pa inikudade kipuna maletota odmishka kabanotasema.
It was all a big misunderstanding. I apologize for intruding.
Bumicha kulka dumaji taus azalas uval. Va fopaji wanda humpa murira bampawula. Ji tokaliska chanaga.
I still expect to be paid, you tub of grease.
Nucha konji skucha punji. Kulirado kangi konka skronji do ban. Bumicha kulka dumaji taus azalas uval.
There's no reason we can't get a deal here.
Ikunamo ubanjoralipa istingo. Putula musta, wogranik tampio, do pushi wampa.
I probably should have threatened him with death, shouldn't I? Probably.
We overheard your conversation with the Great Feast Master. Druga can be most fickle. You have our deepest sympathies, we are sure.
Is there anything we can do about it?
If you seek to conclude your business with Druga, use his fickle nature to your advantage. Returning Druga's female beast would rekindle his interest in yours.
You're sure about that?
We have observed the Great Feast Master in past dealings. Druga is always most captivated by what is easily at hand. Look here, this holo recording was left by the thieves who stole Druga's female Shanjaru. It may interest you.
When will the Hutts learn that nature's creatures are not for their sick entertainment? So long as innocent beasts are victimized by the decadent slave masters of Nar Shaddaa, we will fight freedom for all life.
The woman continues like this for another 3 hours. We use her recording to lull ourselves to sleep at night.
That's who stole Druga's beast?
The woman is a wealthy Republic senator's daughter. She violently opposes all who abuse wild creatures. She spends her father's wealth hiring mercenaries to fight her war. They maintain a base nearby.
Sounds like I should give these mercenaries a visit.
Should you discover any useful leads, bring them to us. We will happily assist your search.
Kapatonga, chisa bijawongi chikatoko.
We will dock this pleasure barge at these coordinates. Find us there. Good hunting.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Is this actually better than what I have? It is very much so, but I am going to be remodding my gear, actually, before we head to the eco-terrorists' hideout, because it's been a while. I actually have level 10 stuff and level 15 and level 5 stuff. So, yeah, it would probably be a good idea to head on over and see what I can do about getting some extra mods. But for now, I'm going to be ending this episode off here. Next time, we will be remodded, and we will also be heading to the eco-terrorists' hideout. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.